You need to get into shape before it's too late. Listen, bro, you need to get into shape before you genuinely cannot, right? It will get to a point where you won't be able to if you don't take action now. Listen, I've been training for probably around 5 years now, on and off with calisthenics and then all in on lifting. I've been in this fitness space, learning, researching, putting things into practice myself for 5 years. This is my bicep. This is my physique. I know what I'm talking about, okay? So please listen up, because if you do not take some action and start getting into shape, you will regret it for the rest of your life, because it will become a whole lot more difficult the more you put it off. Before I get into this though, in the description, there are 2 links, one to my aesthetic body course and one to my online one-to-one coaching. You can hop on a call with me and get in the best shape of your life. And if you listen to those things, you will get in the best shape of your life. And if you take action, things will be great. You'll get in amazing shape. Anyway, go check this out. Anyway, if you do not take some action right now, from today, just anything, if it's going to the gym, trying to change up your diet a little bit, sticking to a calorie deficit, if you do not start doing that today, you will forever stay fat. You will forever look at your physique in the mirror and not be proud. You will forever be on the beach, go to take your shirt off and have a little bit of regret when you go to take off and your stomach, your gut hangs out, right? I don't want that for you any longer. I've been through that myself. I was the fat kid. And I'm so glad that I took the action back then. But if you don't take the action back then, if you don't take the action, you're never going to get to the position you want to be in, right? The younger me, he took action, right? He took action. And now I'm in the position in the present day where I've got an amazing physique. I can thank the past self, my past self, for doing that. You can't. You're looking at your past self. You're pissed. You're thinking, why didn't you do anything for me? Well, guess what? You, the present you, can do something for the future you. Think about this, right? In the future, say you're on a beach on holiday a year from now. You could be on that beach, just vision it. You could be on that beach right now, smiling, happy, thanking the younger you, the past you, for putting in some work, maybe going to the gym a few times a week, building some muscle, making sure you're not a fat ass and you're not eating all the horrible foods. You're looking on the beach, you're smiling, you're thinking, let's go, I've finally got a 6-pack, right? You can thank the younger self for that. So let's take some action. First step, maybe pattern your diet up a little bit, right? You're eating cancerous food every single day. You're taking years off your life by eating the food like that. That's all you do, right? 100%, 98% of your diet is the processed foods. Do you think that's ever going to do you any good? Those companies, we need to rise up against them, because those companies are literally killing you for their own profits. They just want to make as much money as possible from you. They don't care about the calories in the portions. They don't care about the sugar contents. They don't care about anything. They just want you to take it off the shelves and keep eating it, keep buying it. That's it. So let's rise up against that first of all. How about we maybe eat those processed foods 20% of the time? I'm not saying you need to go cold turkey from it, because that's like telling a cocaine addict to just never use it again, right? That's not how it works. That's not how you break addiction. You have to slowly progress downwards, right? You have to progressively deload. If you're eating junk food every single day, you're not going to be able to just stop, right? It's impossible. Your brain has rewired to crave those foods. What you need to do is you need to say, you know what? I'm eating those foods 100% of the time. It's not good for me. This week, I'm going to eat it 90% of the time. Next week, 80%. Next week, 70%, and so on. Until you get to a point where the majority of the time you're actually eating the real healthy foods, which are going to keep you on this planet for longer, meaning you're going to live a longer, happier life, right? You're eating those foods more often and life's great. And you can still enjoy your life, have those foods, because I think you don't want to restrict yourself too much. You still want to make amazing memories, get a pizza with your family, your friends, whatever, that's fine. Right? But we want to do it in moderation, okay? So the first step, if you haven't already, get your diet in good form, right? Processed foods, 20% of the time, real whole foods, the meat, the eggs, the fruit, the vegetables, the 1-ingredient foods that actually come from the earth, eat those as much as possible. You know what you need to eat. I don't need to tell you that. I just need to tell you why you need to do it. You need to do it so you can live on this planet for longer. You need to do it so you're not a fat ass. Is that so difficult for you to understand? Eating those foods is going to allow you to live on this planet for longer, have a better physique, be healthier, your organs be in better form. So go and do it. Simple as that, all right? Now, you've made progress in your diet. Great, right? You've added years to your life already. You're looking in the mirror and you're already looking better. You're dropping a bit of body fat. You're building a bit of muscle because you're now going to the gym. You get into the gym a few times a week. You don't need to, have your whole life dedicated to it. But yeah, making a few changes to your diet, getting into the gym a few times a week, hitting all the muscles you need to hit, getting an aesthetic physique, that's only going to benefit you. You're going to look in the mirror and smile. If you do those two things, pattern up your diet and go to the gym a few times a week, you will look a year from now, your future you is looking back and thinking, wow, I'm so glad I did that. All I did was a few hours of training a week. That's all I did. Right, so get yourself into the gym, train a few times a week. You don't need to go 6 times like I do. You don't need to go 5 times, 3 times. Hit every single muscle twice a week. You'll be putting on so much muscle. And if your diet's good, your protein intake is already going to be adequate enough. You're going to be putting on loads of muscle. And because your protein's also high, you're going to feel more full up, meaning you're going to be dropping body fat because you're less hungry. And when you're less hungry, you're less likely to overeat. Great. You have already made so much progress if you're on the tracks to doing that, right? That is going to add years to your life. That is going to make your life happier. You are learning the skill of discipline, and that skill of discipline can be extrapolated to all areas of life. You learn that, okay, you know what? I need to eat the real whole foods 80% of the time. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. You're learning the skill of discipline. You're doing the hard work when you don't feel like it. You're doing the same thing when you go to the gym. Some days you're not going to want to go. You go anyway. You're building that skill up of discipline. Guess what? That means you are going to have better relationships. You're going to be happier. You're going to have a better career. You're going to do better in your studies. Do you want to know why? Because you're learning the skill of discipline, and discipline can be extrapolated into all areas of life. So building a nice physique, getting into shape, it is going to impact all of your life, not just your health, not just for your own well-being, but every single aspect of your life will improve. I've seen that myself. My grades got better. My relationships got better. I became happier when I got into shape. Simple as that, right? There's no more about it. That's just how it is. The foundation of everything in life, I genuinely believe, comes from your health, your physique, your body. That's it. Then you build from that, right? You don't just go straight into building a business. Get your mind right first. Get your body right first. Then maybe you can think about that. You don't go straight into getting A's and everything. You think about maintaining your health, your well-being first, and then you can think about that, okay? So, and if you don't do this now, you're never going to. Because right now, this present you, has it easiest than he's ever had it. Obviously, the past you, he had it even easier. He was younger, more energetic. But the you right now has it the easiest he could possibly have it. Because as the days go on, weeks, months, years, it's only going to get harder. You're going to have less energy. You're going to be further down the line with higher body fat percentage. You're going to have the habits building up even more. So right now is the best time to do it. Not tomorrow. It is genuinely, you need to get it done now, because if you don't put the habits in place right now, you're never going to put them in place. Simple as that. So yeah, first of all, diet on track, gym on track. You're building muscle. You're getting leaner. Amazing. Do some cardio while you're at it. Improve your heart. You see this right here, your heart? Yeah, everyone thinks about the bicep muscle, the chest, whatever. How about we think about the most important muscle, which keeps us living on this planet? The heart, right? Your heart is barely ever tested. You're basically sat on the sofa all day. You have a sedentary job probably, right? So your heart is doing no work. VO2 max is the most important aspect of longevity. You want to live on this planet for longer? Improve your heart. Go do some cardio, 150 minutes a week, steady state, zone 2 cardio. Go and find the cardio you either enjoy or you can stick with for the rest of your life. Me personally, I go do a stationary bike because that is the only one I can actually stick to. It doesn't feel too hard and I can watch something while I do it. If I can't do that, I won't do my cardio. So find the cardio you can actually stick to. Simple as that. And doing that alone, you've probably added 5 to 10 years to your life. You improve your diet, you stop eating those horrible foods that are killing you slowly, poison. And listen, those foods can be okay at times. They are fun, they're enjoyable, amazing. I have those foods sometimes as well, that's fine. But the majority of the time, eat the good whole foods you know you need to eat, right? Then on top of that, you're going to the gym, you're building muscle. Muscle is really important. You're boosting your metabolism, meaning it's going to be easier for you to stay lean. On top of that, you will also going to fight better against some cancers. You're going to fight better against diabetes. You're going to, if you get in a car crash, you could genuinely have less injury sustained because you built more armor. Think about muscle as armor, right? It's protecting you. Obviously, it's not going to do crazy things, but listen, it protects you in some way, right? And then you're doing cardio on top of that. You are adding 5, 10 years to your life. And if you are in a really bad position where your body fat's really high and you never did your cardio, you've never been to the gym, you're probably adding upwards of 10 to 15 years onto your life if you put this habit in place and you actually stick to it. Who doesn't want to live on this planet for 10, 15 years longer? I know I do. I know I want to live on this planet for longer because, in my opinion, this is the only life you live. Why not try to maximize the length of time you have on it? That's what I believe anyway. So if you don't start doing these things now, it will be too late, right? The gates are closing. The gates are closing in on you. You can still get out if you start doing these good habits. If you don't, the gate will close. The habits will be too difficult to destroy. Your body fat percentage will be so high that it will be so hard to lose that body fat. You're never going to get yourself into the gym because you've got years and years and years of habits of eating the poor foods, sitting down on the sofa, watching Netflix, getting fluffy. If you don't take the action now, you never will. So just do the one thing. I'm not saying you need to get into the gym 5 times a week and do everything crazy like that. Maybe just take the one step in the right direction. One single step. If that means you're getting another 1,000 steps a day, that's a good step. That is progress. You might be thinking, oh, but that's nothing. That is more progress than you've ever made. How about change 1 meal a day? You're having 6 meals a day, all processed foods. 1 meal a day. Have the good whole foods. And build from that. Stop thinking you need to become the next David Goggins. You need to become the next healthiest man in the world. No, you don't. You need to become the better version of yourself. You're adding years to your life whilst doing that. You're making progress. You're feeling better. You're looking in the mirror. You're looking better. You feel better. Your energy is better. Life is better once you start getting into shape. I don't know how many times I have to say it. If the benefit of living on this planet for longer is not enough already, there are so many other benefits on top of that. Genuinely, the aesthetic reasons. You finally build a nice physique, your confidence goes up, you become more attractive. You genuinely walk through life with a better walk, right? You're more confident, you're more happy, relationships will improve. So I don't know what else I could say to you now. I've told you everything you need to know. I'm telling you why you should get into shape before it's too late. Because if you don't, you never will. And guess what? That means you're shaving years off your life. That means you're going to be less happy in your life. That means you're going to have more stress in your life. Your life quality is going to be worse if you don't take the action and get into shape. You're going to rack up more medical bills. You're more likely to die earlier. Is that not enough for you to make some progress? I started off literally by just changing 1 meal a day. And now all of my meals are good. I go to the gym 6 times a week. It's easy for me. 150 minutes of cardio is easy for me. I'm used to it. I built up the habits over years. You can have that day, the day today where you say, you know what? This is the day I start to change. And then you can look 5 years from now, look back and think, wow, that day changed my life forever. Changed my life trajectory. My relationships improved. I'm living on this planet for longer. I'm happier. I'm more confident. I take my shirt off. I feel good. This could be the day you actually start making progress and that progress sticks. There's nothing else I can say. I've said everything I need to say. If this isn't enough for you to start making some progress, then it's too late for you. It's too late for you. You might as well just sit on the sofa, continue eating, drinking your alcohol, horrible sleep, shaving years off your life. There is nothing else I can say. If you're not willing to do it for yourself, to live on this planet for longer, for your own health, for your family, for your own happiness, there's nothing I can say to you. And that is a sad existence, because why would you ever want to do something that is hurting you? You're doing something that's hurting you and you have complete control over it. And I know it's difficult. It's going to be hard, but you get used to it and you start to improve. Your discipline gets better and the motivation is going to go away some days, but you're going to continue to go because you've increased that discipline and life gets better. Life gets easier. You get used to it. All right. Go and be the one who changes their life by getting their health in check, by getting a nice physique, by genuinely building habits that are going to add years to your life. Go and do that because it will change your life forever. I can promise you that. Now, if you are struggling with getting into shape and you are really trying, then there are those 2 links in my description. One is to my aesthetic body course, which will teach you exactly how to get into shape, how to build muscle, lose fat, build a nice, attractive, aesthetic physique. It will tell you exactly everything you need to know about that. If you are trying and you're struggling, go and check that out. It will change your life if you let it, okay? And then the other link goes to my online one-to-one coaching. You can hop on a call with me for dirt cheap. I will answer any question you have, give you all of the advice you need to get into the best shape of your life, build your dream physique, and yeah, become healthy, right? Those links will change your life if you let them. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't take some action now, you never will, and you will continue to live a sad existence where you are not caring for your own body and mind. That is so sad to hear. You're shaving years off your life if you don't take some action. You're taking happiness from your future self if you don't take some action. Go and check those links out. They will change your life. Boom!